You're standing in line, your phone is dead, 30 seconds pass. Your skin starts to itch with something you can't name. That feeling has a name. It's boredom. You've been taught to treat it like a malfunction, something to fix the second it appears. But the real answer is far stranger. Boredom isn't a glitch in your brain. It's one of the oldest survival tools your ancestors ever built. It might be the reason you're alive to read this sentence at all. An emotion, older than language, older than fire, quietly steering you away from death for 200,000 years. Doesn't that sound backwards? Psychologist John Eastwood at York University has spent years studying this feeling. He defines boredom as wanting to be engaged in something meaningful but being unable to do so. Notice what that means. Boredom doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means your mind wants something better to be happening. Picture an early human at the edge of a forest. Food is running low. The nearby berries are already stripped bare. Waiting costs nothing in the moment, but everything over time. An unfamiliar valley sits past the tree line. Unknown risk, unknown reward. Which one wins? Boredom tips the scale. It's the discomfort that builds when you keep doing something that isn't working. It doesn't whisper, it pushes. And that push, across thousands of generations, sent your ancestors into new valleys, new coastlines, new continents. Not because they were fearless, because staying put felt worse than the unknown. In 2014, psychologist Timothy Wilson at the University of Virginia ran a now-famous experiment. He left people alone in a room for 15 minutes with nothing to do but think. Many found it unpleasant almost immediately. Then his team gave some of them one more option, a button that delivered a mild electric shock. A striking number of people chose the shock. Some had said minutes earlier they'd pay money to avoid it. Alone with their own minds, they pressed the button anyway. People chose physical pain over unstructured stillness. To a brain shaped by scarcity and danger, stillness never registered as peace. It registered as risk. But boredom isn't only an alarm against danger, it's also a pull toward discovery. Psychologist Aaron Westgate has proposed that boredom signals your current activity isn't using your mind's full capacity. It's telling you that you're capable of more. Imagine your ancestors by a fire built the same way for 100 nights straight, safe, familiar, and eventually boring. That boredom is what nudges someone to sharpen a stick differently, to try a new angle, a new tool. Curiosity rarely comes from comfort. It comes from restless attention looking for somewhere new to land. Here's the twist. If boredom evolved as an alarm, it evolved for a world that no longer exists. Your ancestors' boredom was solved by walking somewhere new, real friction, real stakes. Your boredom today gets solved by a screen unlocking in under 1 second. Historian Peter Toohey has argued boredom has always functioned as a warning system, pushing people to change their circumstances rather than endure them. For most of history, that took effort. Today, it takes a thumb movement. The alarm still goes off. The response has just gotten too cheap to finish the job. You lose the very thing boredom was built to produce, not comfort, depth. The unstructured stretch of time where minds once wandered into ideas they wouldn't have found any other way. Your ancestors' boredom sent them across oceans. Your boredom sends your thumb to the same 5 apps on a loop that never resolves. The alarm hasn't changed. What you're allowed to do about it has. So tonight, when that familiar itch shows up in a waiting room in a quiet car in the 60 seconds before you reach for your phone, try leaving it alone, just for a minute. Let it build the way it was built to build. Because the same feeling that once sent your ancestors walking into the unknown might still be trying to send you somewhere. You've just gotten very good at looking away before it can tell you where.